In 1620, a small ship, no more than 100 feet, set sail with 102 passengers on board. They were leaving an old world where they struggled to achieve religious freedoms. Within a year, half of those pilgrims would be dead. On board the Mayflower was an indentured servant. This is a form of temporary slavery. So this man, he was going to the New World, perhaps hoping that God had a better plan for him. One night the seas were very rough during this dangerous trip, and this indentured servant, this slave named John Howland, fell off the boat. William Bradford, the group's leader, wrote about the event in his diary. He states that John Howland was under the water for some time and describes that he must have been 12 to 18 feet underneath. It turned out that John Howland just happened to grab a hold of one of the halyards on the way down as he fell off the boat. Now, the waters were crashing. It was a rough situation. But he was hanging on. He was hanging on one of these halyards that were connected to the sails. Deep into the water, though. The people aboard realized that he was under the water, still hanging on to this rope. So they rushed and they pulled it up. They pulled him up out of the water. John Howland, amazingly, he survived. Well, the Pilgrims made it to the New World. They signed an important compact, suffered for a year, lost half of their people, and then by God's grace had a great harvest. They ended up praising God through a great feast with some Indian friends who helped them along the way. And John Howland eventually, after several years, he earned his freedom and became very successful. As a matter of fact, he was a leader of the community. He had 10 children. From those 10 children, he had over 80 grandchildren. Now, in a time when life expectancy was about 43 years old, John lived to be over 80 years old. But that is not the most impressive thing. You see, because his life was saved that day, we were able to enjoy the talents of Humphrey Bogart and Chevy Chase. These are some of his direct ancestors. There was a long list of them with names that you would recognize. Some of those names changed the world, including 3 U.S. presidents, George H. and W. Bush, and the president who got us through World War II, who helped us to defeat evil, Franklin D. Roosevelt. If that night John Howland didn't grab that rope, if those people didn't help pull him up, there would have been no FDR. There would have been no George W. Bush. History would have changed. You see, your life matters. Your life, even if not in your lifetime, can change the world. This Thanksgiving, I hope you find time to give thanks for your life. Give thanks to the author of all the good that was, that is, or that will be. Give thanks to God. You were created for a purpose. There is a plan for you. This has been Austin Arthur with the West Orange Times and Observer. And until next week, have a happy and blessed Thanksgiving.